Also, let's get to RG3, guys. And I want to ask about the realistic expectations for him. Keith, you and I talked before the show. He's healthy. He has a new coach, and he has more weapons than he's ever had on offense. What are realistic expectations for him? What is the ceiling for RG3 this year, Keith?
Well, last year we did not do a good job, whether it was us as a newspaper or a fan base, of tempering expectations for RG3. We just didn't. Everybody thought
he didn't do a good job of that himself.
No, and maybe that's the first place we should point the finger. You know, we thought because Adrian Peterson could do it,
right,
that anyone could come back in a 9-month time frame and be the same player, and it turned out that wasn't the case. And we probably, in hindsight, should have expected that, should have tempered expectations. Now, though, as you mentioned, there's really no reason to temper expectations. He's got more weapons than he had as a rookie. He's got a coach who he'll get along with, who will put him in position to succeed. So really, the sky should be the limit for him.
What would I kind of disagree a little bit, actually. I think, I mean, and I don't.
Fun of the show.
Yeah, this is very non-quantifiable stuff. But I mean, to me, when he was an NFL superstar, it was with a particular offense, and it was an offense that had a lot of similarities to the offense that made him a college superstar at Baylor. And you know, obviously, he has said, and others have said, that there are a decent number of similarities between what Jay Gruden wants to do and what Mike Shanahan did. But this is not. I mean, this is not going to be the Kyle Shanahan offense. And I think that. I mean, I think that it's not an excuse necessarily, but I think there's a reason to think, you know, 2 years from now that he should be better than he is in this first year in this offense. So I think, I think that there is a kind of excuse built in this year.
Especially with the new regime, I think. Go ahead, Jason. What do you think?
Well, I come down somewhere in the middle. I mean, they're still running stretch zone plays in the running game. I mean, Jay Gruden didn't come in here with an ego saying, well, we're going to scrap the running. No, they're still a stretch zone team. They retained Sean McVay, who was the tight ends coach, but who did the third down install stuff during the last year. So he has familiarity about what Robert does well. Now, having said that, it's not Kyle's offense. They're not going to run all the same stuff in the passing game. So, you know, do you say you give them a little bit of time to learn some of that stuff? I mean, and get comfortable with it, and get comfortable with a new head coach and a new play caller. I mean, there is some new stuff here. Yeah, I think that's fair, but they've never had the type of weapons that they have right now. I mean, with all due respect, Josh Morgan was a nice guy. You know, Tana was in more of a prominent role. I mean, now, Deshaun Jackson is legit, okay, every defensive coordinator has to worry about where he is at every minute he's on the field, every second he's on the field. Roberts, as a number 2 receiver, a 3 receiver, okay, now we got something. Pierre Garçon is a legit big-time player. Jordan Reed, if he can stay healthy, could be an animal. And you have Alfred Morris coming back, a guy who's going to fall out of bed and get 1,200 yards. So I think there's a lot to look at and say, okay, he could be better, but we don't know if Jay Gruden can coach. Okay, we know he can be an offensive coordinator, but we don't know when they're in the heat of it what he's going to do. Now, I'm saying he won't be able to do it, but you just don't know until he does it. Sean McVay, real bright young mind, but again, should I stop or should
go finish your thought?
Real bright young mind, but he's in his first season doing what he's doing. So I come down somewhere between Keith and Steins. I think the tools are in place, but I'm not ready to say, okay, well, he should just be lights out.